1,000 Black and Hispanic startups to ever raise over $1 million in angel and venture capital in American history. The creator behind the platform Opportunity Hub wants to change those stats. Rodney Sampson is joining us this morning from Atlanta to share what New Orleans business can gain from the platform. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. So good to see you.
And tell us more about your company, Opportunity Hub. We mentioned it a little bit there, but for people who aren't familiar.
Absolutely. We're actually celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Opportunity Hub this year. Opportunity Hub was started by my wife and I as just a response to the nascent Black and brown tech workforce that we were seeing, startup founders building high growth companies, and also raising venture capital that could help accelerate the growth of these businesses. So 10 years later, we've done great work, and now we're excited to be expanding to New Orleans.
That's right. Okay, so you're in Atlanta, as we mentioned, and you've done this kind of work in other areas of the country. Why expand in New Orleans? I know you're a Tulane grad, so you're familiar with here, but why did you think this was the perfect market for that?
Absolutely. We love helping build nascent markets from the ground up. I think of one of our portfolio companies at the Fearless Fund, where I'm a part of the investment committee, is Savitri Wilson of Brasilia. She's a Black woman. She's raised over $50 million for her SaaS startup. And so I believe that we can see this hundreds of more times if we double click on building and being intentional about building an ecosystem. Additionally, with the support of the Economic Development Administration and a partnership with Greater New Orleans, Inc., we've received $4 million in funding that we plan to spend with Black vendors and to invest in startups over the next 4 years on the ground there.
No, that's fantastic. Pumping money into our local economy. We certainly appreciate that. Kind of take us through this whole process. What does your venture creation programming do? Because I know you're going to start with 100 firms.
Absolutely. So on July the 8th, we're going to kick off with our first program called One Day Startup. This is where you can have an idea, you can be, developing your prototype, or you may be in market. It's really stage agnostic. It's also like, do I keep my day job? A lot of people want to start companies, particularly high growth companies, and just don't know what the lay of the land looks like. So we're going to make sure that we really thoroughly explain that to people and then take them through the ideation, design thinking, business modeling, product roadmap, funding roadmap process. So that will be open to 100 applicants. It will be offered live in person and also online as well. And then from there, the people who are in that experience will be able to apply to our high growth company building certificate, which is a 4-month program where we go deeper.
And that's 50 firms.
That's 50 firms. And then after that, we'll down select again to 5 to go through our funding accelerator. And that's where we'll invest up to $100,000 in each one of those funds. And that's also thanks to 100 Black Angels and Allies Fund, which is our sister venture fund, but also via $1 million investment from Louisiana Economic Development.
How do people become part of the initial 100 if they're interested?
Absolutely. They can go to our website. We actually have a landing page specifically for New Orleans, NOLA.OHUB.AT. That's NOLA, NOLA.OHUB.AT.
Rodney, we only have about 10 seconds, but you do have an event on Friday.
Yes, we do. I have one of my buddies, venture capitalists, coming to town June 2nd at Maroon. Details on that website. Listen, when money comes to town, get in the room.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so very much for your time. We really appreciate it. And we'll catch up with you during this process as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Leslie.
Thank you. All right. Let's get over to Peyton.